You mentioned the importance of men having a father figure, which I'm glad you did. I think that's like such an important message that I know there's going to be some people listening to this are not going to be happy with me saying this, and you don't have to agree with it. But I feel like in the past, I don't know, probably 30 years or something like that, like the idea of the nuclear family, and in particular the importance of men, has been kind of under attack. And I know that that's not a popular thing to say, but like men need a father. And I understand, I mean, my parents got divorced. I don't know my birth father. Like, I understand that sometimes families don't work out. I'm not judging anyone. I totally get it. But men go off the fucking rails if we don't have a father figure in our life, which, like, the person I call my dad is not actually my birth father, but he acted like it. And we go off the fucking rails if we don't have a strong man in our lives.
Yeah. So I understand that has become a political issue.
It's
Just
not
like,
political to me. It's not.
right.
It's just
And
a fact of life.
yeah. And that's kind of what I was going to say. Like, I feel like just in general, society has politicized everything, right?
Yeah.
But let's just for people who are listening, because obviously you and I are on similar pages. Let's put all of that aside and just look at life and humans and people and how we work. Um, when my parents got divorced, um, my mom had no money, and she was working two jobs trying to provide for myself and my sister, and we ended up living in lower income housing. Now, in lower income housing, there are a lot of moms that are
Yeah.
moms and dads and have to provide and protect and nurture and help their children grow. And the shit that I saw there is really sad,
Yeah.
um, and really can mess you up.
And shout out to all the
And
moms doing all of that, by the way. Like, this is not a criticism of them at all. Like, I have tremendous admiration for them, and we should do everything we can to help them because that is an incredibly difficult situation.
unbelievable the amount of stress and anxiety that I saw my mom going through. Um, but I mean, I was selling toys on the street. There were, I was hanging out with gangbangers. I was selling jewelry at school, Trident gum for 25 cents. Like, a lot of these dudes died early and young. A lot
Yeah.
of their, dads were dying and or going to prison. And it looked very dark and gloomy because there wasn't a lot of opportunity there. The schooling system wasn't very good. The people that were there were hurting, and there wasn't anyone who was taking the charge, saying, "Hey, we're gonna do this. This is the plan. I
Hmm.
need you to be this. I need you to do this. I'm gonna shepherd you. I'm gonna love you into the position that you're supposed to
Yeah.
be." And so we're all running around with our heads cut off. Now there were gangs that were like, "Oh, we'll gladly take you," you
We'll give
know.
you direction
"Oh yeah, we'll
because
we'll
that's
we'll
what you're
support
looking
you."
for as a young man. You want direction, you need it. Even if you don't understand that, young men desperately need and want direction.
100%. And um, yeah, it's a real problem, in my opinion, um, because men with no direction are scary.
Yes.
Um, we can be very scary because there's something in us that innately wants to
To
be
fight.
God,
Yeah, to
right? We
control,
want
to
to be
fight, to dominate things.
right. We want to create. We want to build. We want to, um,
Yeah.
and not necessarily dominate, but um, we want to be in the front of doing
Right.
something that is creating, whether that's creating and building your family one day, or building your own business, or whatever it might be. And if that doesn't have direction, and there's a lack of that direction, I feel like we can fall into the unhealthy things.
That's when you start a
Um,
gang. Like, I'm going to build something. I guess I'm going to build a gang if you don't have
Yeah,
better direction.
yeah. I mean, it's just wild. I mean, I just think that the family unit is important, and you know, kudos to my mom for being able to really raise me the way that she did, because I feel like considering all the variables within the wild equation of how we lived our lives, I came out fairly good.
Yeah.
She did a really good job, and um, but I do think that a father figure is important, and I believe that due to the lack of mine, I met God and look at Jesus as what a man should be, and what a man should look like. And so, now I just for myself is the change that God has done in my life. I genuinely just want people to experience that. That's why I share when people ask me about my faith, is because like I genuinely want people to be able to get out of the things that I got out of, heal from the things that I found healing from, have comfort in the moments when I'm, sad and struggling, um, have someone to cry out to that I believe is going to show up and help me navigate the stormy waters of this life. Um, that's that's honestly what I want for other people, and I feel like it's a good thing. And I feel like, for a man like me who didn't have a dad, it was it's God saved my life, and that's a legitimate statement. So that's what I want for people. And I understand that what I experience is not what other people have experienced with